Welcome to another edition of Our City. I'm Mayor Chris Bollwage, and I just want to let everyone know that the City of Elizabeth and the County of Union had the new vaccine that's specific to the Omicron variant. I received it last Thursday, did really well. So I recommend all of you that have been boosted or double boosted to get the Omicron specific variant booster. If you have any questions, see your medical professional first. And just to let you know, we have the vaccine and it is available. You can visit ucnjvaccine.org, our website, City of Elizabeth, nj.org, our social media sites for any more information. Personal responsibility during COVID is still extremely important. If you need more information concerning this or any other events, please call our Public Information Office at 908-820-4124. And for this week's show, I'm pleased to be joined by Mr. Ken Richuso, who is the president, or the chairman, or a past president. This guy's had every title of the Rotary Club here in the City of Elizabeth. And Doug Harris, recently retired vice president of marketing for Trinitas Regional Medical Center, and a past president and secretary and treasurer and everything else of the Rotary Club. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mayor. Good
Pleasure
to be here.
Did I get that right? Have you guys held almost every title at the Rotary Club?
Pretty much.
have,
Yeah, right?
We're both in our mid-30-year spans of
Something about it.
Rotary, so
Probably about 70 years total between us.
Yeah, I was gonna
So-
say,
there's
yeah.
not much you can miss in that period
No,
of time.
you, you've had them all, and you're both past presidents. That's a great title, isn't it?
Past president's the best. Yeah.
I'm past president of the League of Municipalities, and I think that's a great
It
title.
is.
Being retired, you know?
Yes.
Exactly. Right.
Tell us about that, Doug. How's retired life going for you? We'll start with you first. You're a recent one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Ken's a veteran of retirement.
Still very involved in Rotary, and as is Ken. And I think Ken upped his involvement in Rotary when he retired. And it's been quite a few years now, so the club has been the beneficiary of that, without a doubt. And now exemplified by Taste of Elizabeth, which he has taken good control of. And during the COVID years, we were a little, not sure about how it was going to be, but coming back, it seems to be stronger than ever.
Yeah.
So, Doug, you're a baby when it comes to retirement, because it's a couple of months.
Oh, yeah. I've been
But Ken, you're a veteran.
14 years.
14 years retired.
Right.
So you're a veteran of
Oh,
retirement.
I got it down pat, Mayor.
Hey, you did.
But he's not playing golf.
No. I'm still working for Rotary and groundwork. We're both on the groundwork.
Groundwork board, yeah.
So that keeps me busy enough.
Yeah.
I'm sure Doug too. So.
Yep.
Taste of Elizabeth. We're bringing it back this year for the first year after COVID. We had it last year.
No, 2019 was actually
2019 was the last year, right?
And then we did a virtual the first year of COVID, where we filmed all the restaurants and tried to get people back into going back to the restaurants, but we didn't have an event. And last year we had neither. So this is our 3 years now that we're going back to our last live event. So.
And is it going to be at the Renaissance again?
It will be, yes.
Okay. What's the date?
October 24th.
Okay.
From Monday night, October 24th, from 5 to 8:30 p.m.
Okay. And what is the Taste of? I mean, I know, but tell our viewers, what is the Taste of
We
Elizabeth?
started out in the early 90s doing a taste of the towns, and it was at the old Pantages Renaissance, and we had cast our net all
Was that Rotary Club sponsored back then, Doug? It was, yeah?
That was Rotary, yes. And when we did that, it was really the first time there was ever a food tasting event in this whole area. And so the concept was unique, and people really gravitated toward it. They loved it, and we've been doing it ever since. We did-
I got to tell you, I was at that first one.
Okay, yeah.
Was it 20 years ago, maybe?
And all the ballrooms upstairs? And
Yeah.
Pantages? Yep.
I was at that one.
That was 30 years ago.
30 years. It
Yeah.
was packed.
Yeah.
It was packed.
Yeah, we easily got 1,000 people come
yeah.
to that every year. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what happened was it was so good that people started doing their own, especially different cities did their own. So, and we were kind of a county event. So as the cities were doing theirs, the restaurants would be like, well, we'll do our city event. We can't do yours anymore. So we went along with it and figured out, well, we'll do a Taste of Elizabeth. Certainly enough great restaurants here in town. And now this is our 14th or 15th Taste of Elizabeth.
Yes.
So,
So what you did is you started something in the county on the benefit of the Rotary that benefited financially from the ticket sales, and then individual towns stole the idea and said,
Pretty much.
Exactly.
screw the Rotary, let's
Right.
let's do this for us, right?
Exactly. So was an easy plan to follow. Okay, we'll do the same thing, and it's been just as successful. We don't fit as many people as we could in Pantages, but we still do very, very well. And the restaurants, I feel, are better here than when we did it county.
Be careful now, be careful.
Ah, that's right.
No, we're boosting Elizabeth.
We're boosting, I know that, yeah. That's a good thing
It
for her,
is,
yeah.
Yeah, so they go all out in town. They really do.
Ken has all the contacts with the restaurants, and they know him by name. They know when he walks in the door that he's going to be pitching an event. But they've really they love the event because it's the greatest marketing. As you know, when you can put your own food into the mouths of 500 people, there's no better marketing for that restaurant. So they love it. People love it because they get to sample 30, 40 different vendors and restaurants, and all in one night. Beverage vendors, they get to drink. They get there's bakeries represented, so they get desserts, coffee, and probably 20, 25 really high-end restaurants that are local.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
So were you two involved in the original one 30 years ago?
Almost. Doug was one of the first chairmen. I kind of got drawn in as a recruiter. For some reason, I seemed to have sales skills.
Okay.
So I was brought in as that. And then Doug chaired it for, I think, 3 years.
Mhm.
And then I took over the chairmanship for another few years after that. So,
Yeah.
and then we've both done the Elizabeth Taste. So,
Okay.
But
Yeah.
during that time, in those early years, we had Mario Batali from the Food Network sign books. And that was probably the most popular Taste of Elizabeth.
Yeah.
It was in the early years, probably the first 2 or 3 years that we had it.
No, actually, it was the 10th.
Oh, was it the
Was-
10th?
was the
Okay.
10th, yeah, it was
It just
the
seems like
10th.
a long time
Yeah, it
ago.
does.
That's-
He was not as well known then as he is now.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was pretty well known then, though,
Yeah,
with his
right.
red sneakers and his
Yeah.
white, chef's
Mm.
garb. And he signed books, and we probably had over 1,000 people at that event. There was actually too many.
Yeah, it was.
Because the restaurants were running out of food, and there were
Yeah.
lines.
People didn't even know what line they were on for what restaurant. It was just this massive
Was that
humanity.
Fantages too back then? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But one of the nice things about the Taste of Elizabeth is we probably get about 400 or so people, which is just fine for that room. You don't wait. The restaurants have plenty of food. You just walk right up to whatever table you want, whatever beverage vendor you want, and they serve you right there. So
Tell us about the cost, the location, and the time again before we get into more questions.
Sure.
the cost is $50 a ticket. We've always been on the lower end. Our competition had been up around 50 for many, many years, and we were always able to hold it down. But now we're at 50, which is, I think, a good price.
Good fair price for what you
Fair
get.
price. We're at the Renaissance Hotel in Elizabeth. So it's all of the ballrooms that interconnect all open up. So it's one major
One big room.
for the event. And the restaurants are arranged in, I guess, in rows and also around the perimeter. Rotary is represented there. We are not having tricky trays and raffles. We're just making this a strict food event for this first time out
Yeah.
after COVID. But we are seeing a very robust reception from the restaurants. We thought, COVID, we'd have...
I was going to say, how did COVID affect this recruitment effort?
I was pleasantly surprised when we decided, let's try it again, see how it flies. I have my email list for all the vendors and all the restaurants, so I sent a group email out and said, what do you think? We can't do this if you're not on board, so what do you... And the response was tremendous. I was shocked that, yes, we want to do it, we'll be there, we'll do it. So it was a great starting point to get it rolling again. And every year you need new.
Yeah, so the vendors don't pay, right?
No,
No.
it's free. No, we always felt it was.
They're donating the
yeah,
food.
exactly. Yeah, their time, their personnel. So we'll make our money on the ticket sales.
Yeah, and
the ads.
they get to market their business
Sure.
any way they want.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can bring whatever they want.
So were you pleasantly surprised by the reaction after COVID, or greatly surprised?
Great. I think I'd say greatly surprised. I was hopeful, but I didn't think it would be that great a
Robust,
response.
yeah.
But it was very, very.
So how do people purchase tickets?
Okay, we have several ways. Primarily, the Facebook page, the Rotary Club of Elizabeth Facebook page, is the place that you can go. It's got all the details and lists all the restaurants and announces new restaurants as they come on.
And it's got a QR code on it now, so you can order online and pay your tickets online, which is something new for us. We're not the most tech-savvy organization.
No, the Rotary Club's been around for a couple hundred years, yeah.
105 years,
105, yeah.
We still remember phones where you had to punch.
You remember phones, you had a circ dial, right?
So getting a QR code is.
The people filming the show have no idea about a phone.
I know.
Yeah.
So.
But Trinitas is one of the sponsors, and you can buy through the PR office there,
Right.
which is 994-5138.
Right.
And right here in City Hall.
Yeah, Phyllis
our own
Reich has tickets.
Phyllis Reich has the tickets. The Garden Restaurant, the one on McGee Avenue in Union, on the border of Elizabeth and Union, has tickets as well. And at the door, of course. And so the price is the same, whether you buy them in advance or at the door, $50.
Mm-hmm.
I get a kick always, Doug. I used to tease you about this, that Trinitas would serve food, and we would go to a Taste of the Towns and we'd eat hospital food. I always got a real charge at.
They're back.
They're back.
So if you were on no kind of a diet whatsoever, no low sodium, nothing like that, then you'd get the food that we serve. Otherwise,
Otherwise, if you're on low sodium or blood pressure or kidney issues, that's not the food you're
it's
getting.
delicious. People come away saying, boy, that soup at Trinitas.
Yeah, I can't wait to go to the hospital, right? They say, they come up with things like that.
Fortunately, it's never happened.
No, that's never happened, right? Can we talk about some of the participating vendors besides Trinitas?
Sure. I'll do the new first. We've got, I'll do beverage and food. So Blue Ice Vodka is coming. That's their new. Bubba Coo's Burritos.
Who?
Bubba Coo's Burritos.
Oh, did we cut the ribbon in that place? We did, huh?
Yeah.
I just asked my staff if we cut the ribbon there. I thought we did.
That's how I get most of my ideas, to be honest with you.
Oh, so
I follow the city and you on Facebook, and I see where the ribbon cuttings have been. And then I go.
And you go bang on the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who else? El Nacho Tequila Cantina.
Oh, yeah.
Don Felix Bar, and their new establishment, Juliet Creperie.
Oh, we just cut the ribbon for that last week.
So they're.
Let me tell you, we tasted those.
Yeah, they're going to be. They're going to be one of the.
They're going to be a star.
Yeah, they are. Yep. And the Garden on Morris Avenue, Garden Restaurant on Morris Avenue, and their new restaurant, Mixology.
Correct.
So they'll both be there. Another beverage, Neatly Spiked, who I got through the chamber actually. Jennifer recommended them, so that's great. Noah Osteria. Here's another interesting one, Sticky Fingers Joint, which is on 22 in Union, right on the Elizabeth border.
Sticky Fingers used to be a softball team here.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Wow.
out of the Peterstown section.
Well, they're a franchise, so I don't know.
Yeah, the franchise didn't exist when Sticky Fingers had a softball team.
So that's our new, coming back, Chevy's, the groundwork, Come Grow With Us Gardens. The Edison Academy, my favorite. The Edison.
Oh yeah, those kids do a great job.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So they're coming back. First Republic, the Garden in Union, the Hilton Newark Airport, IKEA. They'll be bringing their Swedish meatballs. Noches de Colombia, Pino's Bakery, Portugal Express. Two of the county golf courses, the Hill Tavern.
Oh really?
Galloping Hill. Yep. That's thanks to Commissioner Granados. I think got us in there, and. Also the Tavern at Ashbrook. So both golf courses will be there. Renaissance, of course, Tequila Bistro, Torna Sorrento, Tropicana, Toomey, and Valenza. So that's quite a list.
Quite a list.
Quite a menu.
You got the high school desserts too?
I don't know. Usually they just bring one or the other.
Yeah,
so
they had the lemon ice one time, right?
We'll have to see if we can. They'll be there.
Oh yeah, was that the high school?
That's the Interact kids.
The Interact kids, right?
That's Kelly McCracken's.
Kelly's group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always got a little bit of that before I tasted the food to clean the palate.
That's what it's there for.
Right.
Yep.
On that list, you have one restaurant, at least one, that's been at every Taste of Elizabeth and Taste of the Towns, and that's the Garden.
Yes, the Garden Restaurant has done 28 of our events.
Oh, they were at the Fantages too.
Yeah, they were.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So how does can one still become a vendor? Or is it too late? And if so, how do they become a vendor?
Never too late.
Never too late.
Just give me a call. at 908-451-3665. And I'll send you, I can email them the information. Luckily, we've still got a month to go, which is, in restaurant terms, that's forever.
Right.
They don't make quick decisions. So if they still want to get on board, we've got tables left.
What's your feedback from the restaurants? Do they say they get business out of this? Do they say, hey, people came to the Taste of the Towns and
Tried it.
and they came back to our restaurant?
Absolutely.
Does that happen to
Hear
you?
it all the time.
Do you get that
I do
comment?
get that feedback all the time. Yeah.
What's nice is restaurants that are a little different, like if it's a sushi restaurant or something like that, somebody might not just go there and waste a whole meal if they don't like sushi, but if they can sample it, in an event like this and then like it, then they come back. So it's a sushi restaurant that's no longer with us. I think it was Shiki House on Route 22. But for about 10 years, they were like our best vendor because they said people come, not sure they like sushi, they try it here, they love it, and then they come back to my restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of market.
Yeah, that was there was an Indian restaurant on 22 called Rajani. They did all the tastes when it was a county, but when we moved it to Elizabeth, they still came. And that was their thing, that people don't want to try Indian food. They don't know, but they tried it there, and back to the restaurant they went. So it's a great.
So it helped there.
It helped them,
Oh,
yeah,
good.
quite a bit.
Do you have sponsors big besides IKEA or Trinitas?
Yeah, we do. We have Trinitas, Phillips 66 is always a sponsor. Columbia Savings this year.
As long as they're not providing a table, Phillips 66.
Very oily.
Yeah, I know.
And the Elizabeth PBA is a sponsor
Oh, good,
as well. So
good.
very helpful.
So the Rotary Club, before we close, gentlemen, has been active in the city, and you've done more than Taste of the Towns. Tell us your role here in our city and throughout the region, especially when it deals with young people and our law enforcement personnel.
Sure.
Let us start with the young people. We've always been involved in mentoring, in furthering vocational interest among the schools. And since 1986, Ken knows this better than I, since he's the president of the Albert and Louise Davis Scholarship Fund, which has given out over $740,000 in scholarships to students. This year we did more than we ever did before. We did $44,000 to how many students, Ken?
This year, 2,000 each, 22 students got $44,000 in scholarships. And that's been challenging the past few years.
Sure.
With the kids being in school, out of school. But we've gone up every year during COVID as to the amount of money we've given away and also the number of students that we've given to. So we've had to do it differently through emails and texts and phone calls, but it's worked. I don't think we've had one student in the past 2 years who hasn't gotten their money. It's all worked out somehow or another. So, but Doug's right, close to 740,000 in scholarships.
We're a very small club, but we do a lot. And another big project is our dictionary project, which we've done for many, many years. And that gives every third grader in the city of Elizabeth a dictionary. And you think that's a big deal, a dictionary. The kids love it. We go in there, we make a presentation that they are really like amazed that they're getting this dictionary to take home, and we point out certain things, like the origins of the universe are in there. And
it's got a little encyclopedia in it too, besides a dictionary. So
people don't get encyclopedias anymore with Google.
It's got.
Yeah.
But dictionaries, who knew? But, these kids love it, and they bring it back year after year.
So that's been on hold for a couple of years too, because we deliver them to the schools, and so that'll be back like everything else.
So since Rotary is such an old organization, and you guys are not young chippies, just kidding. Seriously, how do people get involved with Rotary?
There's enough. It's a combination. You really don't know. We've got quite a few new retirees actually who are looking to help the community. They're not involved in jobs anymore, so we'll get them. They're just looking to help out and get involved. Businesses are starting to get back involved again. We've got a few new member prospects from banks who now want to have, where they didn't have anybody in a community service organization. Now they want to get them back again. So we're picking up members from there. So there's no one group that you can say, oh, let's focus on this group or focus on that. You just find people that say, We want to help the community. We want to get involved and invite them to a meeting, get them to meet everybody, and sign them up.
Yeah, we're real happy to be part of this community, and as, you know, obviously, and we honor a policeman of the year and a fireman of the year every year, as you know. And that really, you know, helps us get even more involved in the community and raises awareness about what Rotary does. And we support a lot of causes. Trinitas has been a beneficiary. We redid the emergency room recently and named it after Gary Horan. And there was a $10,000 grant from the Elizabeth Rotary Club that was doubled by a matching grant. So it really did. It went a long way. So I always say this: for a little club, we do a lot.
Yeah.
I do. I've always enjoyed appearing at the Rotary Club because of the work you do. You're right, you're small but mighty. You know, so it's great.
And we really appreciate your State of the City.
Oh, we
address
do.
that, yeah.
every year. That's a highlight.
It is.
for us.
It's a highlight meeting for us, which is great.
Well, I want to thank the two of you for taking time out of your retired lives
It's
to
nap
join. It's nap time. I know you got to get back for nap time, right? No, I appreciate it. And October 24th,
Right?
Yes.
from 6 to
5
till 8:30
Mm-hmm.
at the Renaissance,
The
right?
Renaissance, right?
$50.
$50.
Best deal in town.
It is.
I want to thank Mr. Ken Richuso, Mr. Doug Harris for joining us on the show this evening, talking about the taste of the towns. And if you got nothing to do, and if you have something to do, figure out time, October 24th, the Renaissance, $50 from 5 to 8:30, and join a lot of restaurants in our city and us for a taste of the towns. I'm Mayor Chris Bollwage. We'll see you next week on another edition of Our City.